Okay, we are on day 2, and today we are going to be going to the Baton Rouge Zoo, and we're going to be touring a plantation and of course having lunch and driving home. Ava, are you excited?
Yes, very much.
Which one are you most excited about?
Zoo.
The zoo.
We made a quick stop by Starbucks before we got to the Baton Rouge Zoo. Started off with big cats. I'm a huge fan of big cats. And then we walked around and I don't know, we just looked at the animals. I was pretty fascinated with the rhino. It's like stepping back in time. And then this bird was huge. The video does not do it justice. It was so big. Of course, we went back to some more big cats. And then these monkeys had the best enclosure of all. Ew, we got to this section about reptiles. I hate snakes, y'all. I hate them. But I think flamingos are cute, and one reason why is because they stand on one foot, and my mom used to stand on one foot while she was cooking dinner. Finished with some zebras.
Okay, so we just finished at the zoo, and so grateful for 4-H. It's fun. The weather's really nice, a lot of wind, so we're not like super hot, although right now it's starting to get warm. It's like 10:30ish, and it's starting to get hot, so I'm glad we did it early. If we had to do a review, I would say
7.5 out of 10.
7.5, that's high. I would go 5 or 4. A 4 or a 5 out of 10. But we've also been to some, we don't do zoos. We're not crazy about zoos. I don't like zoos personally. However, we did a good zoo in Memphis. Like, Memphis is a fantastic zoo.
But we did get some action. Saw a snake hunt down a fish.
A fish. Yeah, it had it in its mouth.
And spit it back out.
Well, yeah, the fish got away. So we had a little National Geographic moment. But anyway, it's okay. If you need something to do, go early. Get some good exercise. Woo! And walk around. It's something nice to do with the kiddos, but don't expect a lot. Now we're headed to lunch.
We went to this barbecue place in St. Francisville, and y'all, this was amazing. They had corn pudding, which is just like my corn casserole that I make at home. So good. And the sweet potato waffle fries. I don't have words. I love sweet potato fries, and the fact that they were waffle fries make them 100 times better. This brisket was juicy and tender, smoked perfectly. It was so delicious, and then I dipped it in the homemade barbecue sauce, which just sent it over the edge. This restaurant alone is worth visiting, St. Francisville.
Okay, we just finished lunch. It was amazing. It was so delicious. It's called the Francis Smokehouse. Great barbecue. The brisket was awesome. I highly, highly, highly recommend.
And then we had a very short drive to Rosedown Plantation.
All right, we are here for my favorite part. I'm super excited. This is the Rosedown Plantation, and it is beautiful. It looks beautiful. Never been to a plantation, and I live in Louisiana. But yeah, we are super excited. I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like.
Everything here is original, meaning it's 200 to 400 years old.
The plantation made it so fun and interactive for the kids, and we started the day with a scavenger hunt. We had such a large group that they divided us into 2 or 3 groups. So the first part of us went through the scavenger hunt while the other ones went and toured the gardens, and then the other group went and toured the actual home. I loved the scavenger hunt because it really gave us purpose, and it gave us something to do while we toured outside and went and looked at all the pieces on the property. Rosedown Plantation is an 8,000 square foot historic home and former plantation located in St. Francisville, Louisiana. It was built in 1835 by Daniel and Martha Turnbull, and it is one of the most documented and intact plantation complexes in the southern United States. It's known for its extensive formal gardens that surround the house. You can see the girls and I walking through the garden, and look at this tree. If you know me, or even if you don't, I'm here to let you know I have a thing for trees. I love them. This tree is magnificent. This live oak is massive. I had to zoom out so you could see it all, and then I zoomed in so you could see how big its trunk was. Had to hug it, had to get a picture. Love, love, love the trees on this plantation, and there were so many. They were beautiful and massive. And believe it or not, there was a tornado that had just came through, and I want to say that she said that it had uprooted about 50 trees. And I was like, oh my word, that means there's a ton of trees on this property, because just look around. Look at this beautiful walkway up to the home. And this is the view from the second story porch. So after we did the scavenger hunt, after we went and looked at all of the gardens, it was our turn to go inside. Look at that original wallpaper. Everything was beautiful. I wasn't allowed to touch it, but I was allowed to film it, record it, so you could see. If you look up, this is the dining room. If you look up at the ceiling, there's a giant fan. It's attached to a rope, and a servant would have to stand over there by the wall and pull the rope in order to keep flies off of the food and off of the guest. I thought that was, I don't know, interesting, weird, I don't know. And then we walked through other parts of the home. We got to see like the waiter's kitchen and then their bedrooms with all the original furniture and documents and news articles from the time and artwork and paintings of the families that lived there. This room was so interesting to me because it has a guest bathroom that's in the bedroom, and it had an early form of a shower, which was supplied with water from a cistern on the roof. Super advanced for their time. Very, very interesting. All of the details are ornate and complex, and I just find this kind of thing, I don't know, it's fascinating to look at how people lived back then and what their day-to-day materials look like, their bedding, their furniture, even the things they used to write letters with. Everything seemed fancier and more intricate and detailed than what we have today. I'm not quite sure which bedroom suite this was, but there was one that was supposed to originally have been installed in the Lincoln bedroom at the White House for the presidency of Henry Clay. But Clay lost that election, and then he purchased the 13-foot tall rosewood Gothic revival bed, and it was found in that room for over 150 years until eventually it was sold to Dallas Museum of Art for about $450,000. Pretty extraordinary. And you're going to see, look at those hands holding back the curtains. I thought that was kind of strange and interesting all at the same time. Look at this. It's a tapestry completed by the famous Martha Washington, George Washington's wife. Yeah, you heard it. That is it. We went to, after we toured everything, then we went to the gift shop, which was super cute and smelled so good because they had these homemade soaps. I honestly should have bought some. I love homemade soap. Ava and I got a glass Coca-Cola, called it a day.